we are back. Of course, again with another exciting episode of What Up Doe, first of the second semester in spring. And for those of you who know, and for those of you who of course don't, we sort of use What Up Doe as a platform to discuss what's getting our goat,
grinding our gears,
and otherwise have philosophical discussion about life. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't say, or point out the obvious perhaps. If you've been following this saga of just excellent philosophical discussion, you will know that for the past 5 or 6 months, or maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, well, I was home for about 2 months.
Just home for about 2 months. Brendan Highland
previously abroad
was
for 6.
living, you were ahead by 11 hours of the United States. He was living in the future, so he has generously traveled back in time, back to the United States to join us again in the studio. What can I say? I mean,
I'm actually live.
Look at him.
It's nice to not be virtual,
wonderful.
you know?
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you know, it reminds me, I got the feeling when you came back of a new beginning. For the show What Up Doe.
Wait.
It feels like a new beginning. Wouldn't you agree with that?
No, because I have mad beef with what you just said.
And why is that?
For all of those of you out there that maybe, how shall I say, grammatically or vocabularily, even though that's not really a word, but we're gonna use it anyway. Vocabularily.
Ineffective. Depleted, impoverished
in your usage of grammar.
Yes.
The phrase new beginnings is redundant.
It doesn't.
Hence, if you were to use it in a paper, some teacher would probably mark an X through either the phrase new or beginning or both.
And as you know, it's a new, see, this phrase tends to pop up
far too often,
but particularly at the turn of a new year. So for those of you who may be watching this far in the distant future, we've since gone from the year 2012 to 2013.
Right.
Okay? So, at this point, most people say, New Year's resolutions and such. Big time for New Year's resolutions, which I'm sure we could really discuss if we were inclined. But they'll say, I'm so looking forward to the new year because it's a new beginning.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a dumb phrase.
It's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning, or it's new. Or it's a new.
It can't be both. Yeah.
It's redundant. New, as Brent and I have done our homework, okay? We've done our research.
Well, more you than me.
More me than he.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is a problem. When you criticize grammar now you have to be like, you have to police yourself.
Actually be grammatically correct in your statements.
In a 1984, like really police yourself kind of deal.
Right.
But, okay, so, anyway, the word new.
Right.
Means it's just fresh, a start.
Right.
Never before existing in time and or space.
Correct.
Beginning. The point at which something starts in time and or space. If you use beginning
new.
Semicolon new. If you use beginning as an adjective, how could we say? Brendan's new at cultivating a farm. He's new at it, or he's a beginner.
Right.
You could use it interchangeably.
Right.
Therefore, it is redundant.
Right.
This would be the syllogism. Therefore, it is redundant to say new beginning. And I think
it's just poor.
It's poor word choice.
And it really bothers me when I see it like on social media.
Well, that's the thing.
Because that's usually where because not many people are like, it's a new beginning. But you see it on social media and you're like, is it?
It's usually if someone has a bio, you know how like maybe on Instagram or like Twitter you can write your little bio. It's like, I love to, pick fresh fruit and I love new beginnings.
Like, no, you don't.
It's just like, if you love new beginnings so much, what about, because after a while, a new beginning becomes an old beginning. I would suppose.
I would love for them to begin taking an English class and proper grammar. That's what I would love, quite frankly.
And they could have a new beginning with the English language.
Right.
But here's my problem with it, is your zeal, your excitement for a new beginning eventually washes away in hopes of more new beginnings.
Right.
So what does that make those old new beginnings? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, It
is unfortunate.
I think that often, the other thing is, it's used way too frequently.
Yes.
Like, you pointed out, like, the whole, like, change in the new year.
Right.
Which is actually a new...
year.
Right. I was going to say beginning.
Yeah.
Which is actually a new year. But, like, I've heard people use it, like, at the beginning of the semester. Or, like, they're, like, coming back from abroad. Like, people are like, it's a new beginning back here. And say, like, No.
Knock that off.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall into your old habits.
Yeah.
Don't kid anyone.
Right.
Don't kid anyone. It's yeah, but particularly it's kind of relevant. I mean, people. I did, but like yourself, you traveled abroad to another country. You had a new experience.
Right.
Which is possible. You can have experience and have new experience. An experience never before had.
Right.
Would be new.
Hence new experience.
Hence new experience.
Right.
But you didn't have a new beginning experience.
Right. I just had a beginning in Thailand.
Yes, exactly.
Or a new experience in Thailand. Right. Simple English.
But it gets used, and it's just. I don't.
Rudimentary to use your lovely word choice.
Yeah, it's rudimentary. I just find it to be. What about? Okay, so if you have new beginnings, then you must have current beginnings. Then you must have old beginnings. Beginnings of long past.
Short beginnings,
long beginnings.
Really throw any adjective, right?
I suppose you would say it would be an adjective, right?
Throw any
or an adverb. Right?
Yeah, either one.
Could be.
I think interchangeable, actually.
Yeah, depending on how
in front of the word
it.
beginnings, and it has to be accurate.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
Because you can be beginning.
Right.
That's a little bit redundant, but yeah.
Right.
But to begin.
Right.
So it's a problem. It's a phrase that offends me.
Clearly.
Troubles me.
I'd go with offend.
It offends, yeah, and I wish we could wash ourselves of it, rinse ourselves of its.
We won't though.
Of its leaching qualities. That it just seems to, it's just a leech, and it just.
Yeah.
It's just a tax, and I don't like it.
It'd be very interesting to see or to hear what people of previous generations were to think about the phrase.
The new beginning. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you have any problem with a fresh start?
No. Different. Wow. I think you got me.
This came to me in a dream, I think. I'm not sure. But
I don't know what you're dreaming about. But
no, I was dreaming of a fresh start. And but I was thinking of, because isn't it interchangeable? Doesn't it mean the same thing? Because I think I've used fresh start
But then
before.
you could say like clean slate.
Well, no, but clean slate makes sense. Oh, I see. Okay.
Not in
clean slate.
Like clean slate, actually, like slate that is clean.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But clean slate, like the way people use it, like in the sense of new beginnings, fresh start. Those are all interchangeable phrases.
I don't know, because a clean slate implies you're washing away the old.
Fair.
I don't think a new
fresh start.
But a fresh start, I think, takes from where you are, goes forward. I think you could have a fresh start with a clean slate. That's what I'm saying. But you don't need a clean slate to have a fresh start.
Oh, you're losing me.
I know, we're really going off the rails.
Yeah, you really are.
But anyway, I think, as always, we've exposed this. I dare say it's a heresy of the English language.
That's pretty accurate.
And
I feel like if you were to type it in a paper, well, actually, this might be wrong.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm one of those people.
You are. You're bold.
That I feel like if you were in Microsoft Word and it's in like it's actual Microsoft Word, like I have Pages, so it doesn't do this. But if you actually have Microsoft Word, it would get the little green squiggle, not the red one. The
and
green
Clippy
squiggle
would come out on the piece of paper, and he would say, "You can't say that."
Yeah.
So, as always, this has been another exciting episode of What Up Doe. We're back in full force. It's wonderful.
Heck
we got
yeah,
the team. We're back in the game.
Going ham.
We got the band back together. See how good that high five was?
That was spectacular.
We just thunder.
You know, some people are all about like watching the elbow.
Yeah.
You don't need to when you're
We
that
didn't
good.
even need to. I just gazed right into you. You just made eye contact.
My gorgeous blue eyes.
That's what it is. It's like an ocean.
Scintillating.
It's an ocean.
Scintillating.
As always, I am Steve Slime.
I'm Brendan Highland.
We'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, we will.
Shout out to Allison Duara for stitching this episode.
Choo! Choo!